Welcome to the Sap Entertainment Show, where I interview singers, rappers, entrepreneurs of all walks of life. And today's special guest, we have an author by the name of Sean Dennis Covington, aka Arashi Supernova. How you doing today?
What up, Queen? I'm very well. I'm good. I'm great. I'm blessed. How you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful.
Yes.
So let the world hear your story.
Okay. Shoot. Where should I start? Well, my name is Sean, aka Arashi. Born and raised in Harlem, New York City. I have been living in Los Angeles for about 5 years. I came out here to pursue music and acting, modeling, which I've done, and went to school at the Los Angeles Film School, where I studied music production. And right after that was 2019. And in 2019, I decided to start writing my book. So I'd always been someone who journals. And I took sort of, I guess, the discipline from waking up every day and journaling my thoughts to then taking it and writing a story. And I'd wake up every morning, go to the gym, sit in my car, and just write out my dream of Arashi and his adventure. And I finished writing during pandemic in 2020 when everything was shut down. I had nothing to do but to sit there and write and go through that full circleness of writing, because for writing, for me, I'm sure for everyone, but for me, writing this fictional story, I have to take a lot of those experiences from my own life. Not to say that any of the things happening in the story are like verbatim from my life, but in a sense, like a metaphor for what it is. Yeah.
So, when did you first realize that you wanted to become a writer?
I've always written. I remember writing as a kid, writing stories. I just sit there and just write out a whole story, characters, plot, everything. And it wasn't until, well, I got to college and I started writing music, and I wanted to explore myself with music and acting. And when I would audition for roles and commercials or whatever, I never really felt like I was being represented. Like,
right.
They say, you become someone else, but a lot of times it's more so finding yourself in the character. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really, it was really rare for me to see that. So 2019, I decided I wanted to write my own story and bring people into my world and how I experience life. So that's pretty much when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be great.
That's what's up. So where did you get your information or ideas for your book?
So while I was writing, I had a note card of different inspirations that I would pull ideas from. Anime is a huge factor in sort of the world that I was building for the story. And shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender or the X-Men from Marvel, or different movies like James and the Giant Peach or Hercules. I would always keep in mind sort of like their adventure and what trials and tribulations they had to go through, and sort of just allowing their stories to like lend a snippet of how my story was going to move and just come together. Yeah.
For sure. So what do you think makes a good story?
For me, I like stories where you actually feel for the characters, like you like the characters, and you want to follow them along the story because you care. The part of you is like, oh, they're cool, they're interesting. No, I want to be along for the ride. I think a good story always tells a lesson, makes you think outside of what you normally think, or maybe even emphasizes what you know. It's like, oh, like I know this, and this story is sort of like reflecting that. So I love stories like that.
When you're not writing, What else are you doing?
Everything, too much. I also do music. I also write screenplays and turning this story into a screenplay. I outside of that, I'm also a personal trainer. I do massage therapy. I'm a big guru on meditating and getting people to meditate and find a space to just lock in and be with self.
That's what's up. So, what is the title of your new book?
It is called Arashi, Prince of the Sky. It is an urban fantasy fiction about a young man who is attacked by the manifestation of fear. And he has to find a way to rid himself from that curse of fear to free himself, his voice, and to save the world, essentially.
That's what's up. So,
Yeah.
is it already released or?
Yeah, I self-published through Amazon in 2021. And I'm literally on the precipice of finishing my audiobook. I've been working on it since releasing it last year, where I am now, it's becomes an all-encompassing thing where I'm using my music to add to my narrating and playing different characters. Also got different friends, actor friends, to play different characters in the book. So it's sort of like a whole production in your ears.
That's what's up. So I like to put, you know, producers or singers on the spot. Do you mind giving us a little 15 seconds of what you can do?
Singing wise?
Singing, yes.
Okay. uh, I thought if I held on to you, that I would not bloom. So I let you go, and I watched us grow. Supernova is ready to explode.
Okay, okay. Okay. So who inspired you, to do music?
To do music? Um, to do music. I don't know if anyone's inspired. I guess everyone who does music inspires me to do music.
Well, what inspired you to do music?
It's been in me. It's in me. I love music. I love creating. Both my grandmothers. My grandmother from my father's side is an acting coach. Was an acting coach. An artist. Just all around. She was an author herself and writer and reader, avid reader. My other grandmother, she was a singer, opera singer, trained singer and pianist.
Mhm.
And we've always grown up singing together at the piano and doing all that. And it's been, I think it's just been something that's always been in me. Yeah.
What strengths can you bring to the music industry?
Just authenticity. I'm a little weird and I love that about myself, a little bizarre. That's cool. I like to think of myself as the boy Solange on acid. But also I have a very eclectic taste for music and for writing. And I just expect the unexpected from me.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
What's up. Okay, so what obstacles did you have to overcome to get this far in your life?
Waking up every day is an obstacle. Convincing myself it's worth it. Not convincing, but every day sitting down with myself to know that this is something that I need to do. It's like it wasn't something that was this isn't a falsehood for me. Like this is like my truth that I have to keep seeking and moving towards. And I think every day there's so many different obstacles that are gonna keep you from that and dissuade you from following your passion. And life and bills and capitalism will always sometimes will just leave you jaded to the world. So keeping my faith is one of the obstacles for sure, but I think I have a good foundation for that with meditation and making sure I'm taking care of myself and staying around the right energies and people and just pushing forward every day.
That's what's up. Okay, so let's get back to this book. What do your family think about your writing skills?
They love it. They're here for it.
Are they a big support?
They are. Yeah, yeah. My mom, my father, they all have the book. My mom, I was really surprised that my mom finished the book. She doesn't read. I think the last book she read was like what's that Sister Soldier book? The Coldest Winter Ever, which was like 2008 or something. And she read my book and she was like, "Oh, I didn't hate this. I was able to enjoy it, even though it's fantasy, even though it's like it's fantastical things happening. But I think all in all, it's still relatable to real life and things that we all go through."
For sure, that's what's up. So, what advice would you give any up and coming artists that want to follow your footsteps?
Just do it. Find the time. Make the time. I think that we get caught up in what we always do, and at the end of the day, it's about creating good habits for yourself and then being consistent. I wouldn't have been able to complete this. You can always start, but the hardest, it's the journey. It's the journey of being in it and the finish line being so close, but that you have to being sure to never make the finish line your absolute goal, but just like every day, like once foot in front of the other, like step by step, just like do your due diligence, do your research. I graduated from the school of the University of YouTube. I learned everything I knew from
Of
YouTube.
course, YouTube, everything.
Everything. How to write a book, how to create a story, how to then self-publish, and who to look for to help, design your book cover and all these things, promotion. It's a lot.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let the world know how we can find that book.
So you can follow me on either my IG page, Arashi _Prince _of _the_sky, or go to my personal page, Arashi _Supanova. And both those, a link to my website that will lead you then to the Amazon profile where you can order. You can also just DM me for an author copy. I'll be happy to sign it and send it your way. And yeah, easy peasy.
Easy peasy. What about your music? Are you on all platforms?
I am actually, yeah. I'm on Spotify, Apple. I love me some YouTube, but I also do voice acting. Because of doing the book, I was able to really, this is why it's all encompassing. It's like I was able to push myself and bring out all these characters that I wrote that were still in me. I'm like, okay, this could work. So there's also a link to my SoundCloud where you can see all my music. Either there's me doing voiceover or instrumentals, or me singing on songs.
So what's your name on these sites? So
it's all under Arashi Supanova.
Arashi Supanova.
Yeah.
That's a good name. What does Arashi means?
Arashi means storm in Japanese. Translates to storm. And supernova is sort of like my idea of like a star. How stars, famous people, like they're considered stars, but you think of a star, they have this gravitational pull, they have this weight, they have this magnitude. And I want to, of course, take it a step further and be a supernova. I'm an exploding star. Woo, look, it's a spectacle. So
that's what's up. So, is there a question that I may have missed that you would love to share with the world?
Just stay tuned. There's so much more going on. I'm finishing up my album. So the music that you will hear in the audiobook, I produced all of the tracks myself, and I wrote all the tracks myself, and I'm putting them all together in a soundtrack. Once the audiobook is done, it's a lot of, once one thing is done, it's going to be a domino effect of all these great things to come. So I just
cannot wait.
Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. There's a lot going on.
And you guys heard it first. Thank y'all for tuning in to SAP Entertainment Show with me, the host, Sarah Soulstress, and your boy, Arashi, Supanova. And make sure y'all like and subscribe and stick around because I'm going to leave y'all with one of his music videos titled, Try On. Bye-bye for now.
ocean, feel that open breeze, stare at the ocean.